Hey everybody, this is Cartoons Etc, Cartoons and Beyond, political cartoons and beyond. I see everybody's getting fired up over there in the chat. That's always good to see. We always like to read your comments. We pick some of them out for the show. We got a few things going on in the news. There's always something going on in the news. I don't know what I'm talking about here. But we have the African genocide that the mainstream media is trying to cover up. We have the AutoPen conspiracy, which isn't a conspiracy. We know it was going on probably the whole duration of Joe Biden's presidency. I imagine it had a lot to do with Obama. That's just my hunch, which is probably pretty much close to reality. I want to say that I appreciate you guys over there in the Rumble chat. We have the StreamYard chat also. And we always like to do a song, or not a song, but a video while you're getting warmed up over there. The main reason we do it, we're going to show some of the past week's cartoons. Joe Dan has picked out some great videos for us, and it ought to be fun. So hang in there through this video, and we'll be right back.
Well, perhaps there is a simple answer. Not an easy answer, but simple. If you and I have the courage to tell our elected officials that we want our national policy based on what we know in our hearts is morally right, we'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
Every time that I look in the mirror, all these lines in my face getting clearer. The past is gone, it went by like dust to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got the dues in life to pay. Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know everybody says you got to lose to know how to win. Half my life's in books, written pages, living learn from fools and from sages. You know it's true. All the things come back to you. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laugh, and sing for the tear. Sing with me, just for today, maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream yourself a dream come true. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream until your dream come true. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream Sing with us, sing for the year, sing for the laugh, and sing for the tear. Sing with us, just for today, maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Sing with us, sing for the year, sing for the laugh, and sing for the tear. Sing with us, just for today, maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away.
As long as the American people hold in their hearts deep and devoted love of country, then there is nothing that this nation cannot achieve. The best is yet to come.
Uh-oh. Hang on a second. I got to turn this thing off here. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I don't know what happened here. There we go. Sorry about that. Still figuring out the buttons. It's been only 2 years. What do you expect a guy that doesn't know anything about technology to do? Anna Lestenberg, she made a comment. She said that Hunter probably signed his own pardons with the auto pen. She also wants to know if Joe Dan is all moved in. So we'll ask him when he comes on. Here he is. Hey, Joe Dan, how you doing?
Hey guys, I'm in my new office. Of course, I'm just halfway moved in. That's TV. That's my bedroom TV. So I thought if I get bored, I might just turn on Gunsmoke. So
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I saw that was some great button pushing, Branco.
Oh yeah,
It's like you were the pilot on Apollo 13 or something.
Well, I'm the engineer. I'm the engineer, and I'm also the janitor. So, so it kind of goes along with the thing. We have some awesome videos. I checked them out earlier. We also have some cartoons of the week. We might intersect and bring in video here or there while we're showing.
We have a good old classic video too of Billy Crystal was funny, and but he did the best impersonations. And we got one of the greatest ones here. But anyway, so we've got some good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, we do. I'm gonna start off with a cartoon that I showed last week, but we never commented on. I didn't get Joe Dan's articulate expose on this cartoon, so I'm gonna show it again. We showed it, but we never commented on it. So
okay. I gotta come up with something.
Did you get your opera singer, that lady that really sound good, that impressed us all?
The Nessa Duma, is that the Nessa Dorma?
Yeah,
the song that I have it if we want to use it.
Well, the one you sent me yesterday, and
the best opera singer ever.
Yeah, you pull that, get that ready.
I'll have to get that ready. I'll get that ready while you show these cartoons. That's a good one there.
Yeah. Now this one we never even commented on it. Now I don't know how much this has gone through yet, or how much they've cut them back, or if they've cut them back at all. But they're supposed to. I think he signed an executive order to cut their funding, so now they're going to have to run commercials. And I don't understand why our tax dollars would go to something that is totally anti our values and our political viewpoint. If they're going to run a left-wing organization, it should be funded by lefties, not our tax dollars. Wouldn't you agree to that, Joe Dan?
I would absolutely agree to that while I was looking here not paying attention. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Just pretend you're not here if you get bored, because that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. We're used to it.
And yes, we do have that excellent opera singer. Hang on, let me get her up there. It'll get everybody in the mood, get everybody in the spirit.
Yeah.
It's waiting on you to click the button.
Oh, you got it there. You got it. Yeah. I was really impressed. And she's so pretty too. So.
Yeah. I don't think that's a chick. I don't know. She's got a deeper voice than Gomer Powell. Remember that?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
That's enough of that.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't watch the whole thing. We have brain cells to protect here.
Anna Lestenberg said, "Oh no." First woman tenor, Anna Lestenberg. First phone said the obvious, not a chick.
Barina White. Man, Trump killed it today, though.
Oh yeah.
He just smacked that African dude, and the media. They are so horrible. They don't care about the white genocide. They don't care about it.
You got a video on that too. Let's go.
Yeah, we got what do you want? We can keep going with the cartoons.
Yeah, I don't have a cartoon on that, but I will show the next.
You mean you haven't drawn a cartoon on that in the last 6 hours since it's happened?
No, I'm slacking.
Oh, there you go. There's the cartoon that everybody helped out on last week.
That's right. And it did really well. People really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna have to refer to my staff. You guys over there in the chat, you're my staff now. It doesn't pay much. In fact, it doesn't pay at all. So, but let me get
pay you in bad jokes and cartoons.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, like you said, it doesn't pay at all.
Yeah. So. Anyway, it goes Trump, Russia collusion. We had a few of those. Hunter laptop is Russia.
Oh my gosh, they're saying now, let's pause just a second.
Sure.
Okay, that book that Jake Tapper allegedly wrote, he didn't write it. Okay, the other guy who sits there on all the interviews and doesn't say anything, he actually wrote the book.
Yeah.
But he couldn't sell it. No publisher would take it. So he went to Jake Tapper and said, "Hey man, let's put your name on this." So that's what happened. And I
don't know how they can do that,
But what they came out with today is that Hunter had a massive role in handling the day-to-day events in the White House.
A coke addict, yeah, nice.
Well, let's see. Do we want the cadaver or the coke kid?
What a disaster!
Oh my God! This is the Watergate doesn't even measure on this scale of corruption here.
No,
nowhere does it.
No, the other one we got men can get pregnant. That was one. COVID from a Wuhan lab is conspiracy. Biden is sharp as a tack. Mayorkas says border is secure. So all those. Thanks for the help out over there in the chat.
Yeah, guys, that's some good stuff. Let's say hi to everybody. We got Squeaky and Fancy.
Yeah.
And
V-World.
V-Wald. Oh, okay, my shirt. There you go.
Let's see. Hang on.
Gulf of America.
Hang on.
I can lower my desk. I'll just do it this way.
There we go.
There we go.
There you go. Nice shirt.
Yeah.
Nice shirt. Where do you get those?
I don't remember. I think I got a Clown World or something. That's where I buy all my clothes. Clown World.
Yeah. All right, moving along to the next cartoon. Speaking of Tapper, now's a good time to pull that video up. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Well, daggone it, I had the African stuff pulled up there because you were talking about that.
Well, we were talking about
hold on. I'll get the Jake Tapper one.
Well, and I'll go over this here real quick. Back then, Biden's decline is a right-wing conspiracy. Pretty much said that he really raked Laura Trump over the coals on his program, cut her off, said that she was making fun of his stutter, and then he comes out now. White House and the media covered up Biden's decline. He was the cover-up. He was part of the cover-up. And then he's trying to make money off of it. Boy, these guys have a lot of hooks. Well, I tell you.
They're demons. It's like, well, I accidentally lied to you on purpose for 4 years.
Yeah.
but it was an honest mistake. It was an honest mistake.
Honest mistake, yeah.
And let's move on. Yeah. So here we have Tapper with his little sidekick who never says anything, and Megyn Kelly kicked his ass the next week, slapped his mama, set his car on fire, and yeah, I mean, destroyed this guy. And the thing about this video, whoever recorded it sped it up just a little bit. So if you think it sounds a little fast, it is.
They're not
But
chipmunks.
it's not ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
But it covers a lot of ground. She destroyed this guy.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Number 3.
Ask Joe Biden to be transparent about his health records in an interview in 2020. I did ask him about the fact that voters
Then he wasn't.
thought that he was not transparent at all. No,
He promised you that he would be transparent about his health records, and then he wasn't. And when you sat with him again,
at all.
including 1 month after the Jackie Walorski thing, you didn't ask him about it. You didn't follow up on the fact that he was falling up the stairs, that he was losing his train of thought regularly, that he was slurring, that he was incomprehensible, that he was getting lost on the White House lawn. You sat right across from him and you asked none of that, notwithstanding the fact that he had promised you he would be fully transparent about his health issues. You know as well as I do that there's a way of, you can say, hey, there's this poll on your age, or you could say, you just forgot that Jackie Walorski was dead. You asked where she was moments after watching a videotape tribute to her. You lowered the flags at the White House after she died. This happened 13 days before you sat with him. There is a way of pressing a man like that on the actual infirmities to bring it home to him and to the audience, and you didn't do it. It wasn't just that. I mean, you sat with him a couple of times in the course of his presidency, and these issues were not pressed. Well, there was at least that time, and then there was the time at the beginning. And but separate and apart from that, you covered the Biden's presidency. No. Let me just finish my point. You covered the Biden presidency. Okay, right. And it was 13 days after the Jackie Walorski thing. But you covered the Biden presidency aggressively throughout the 4 years, and you didn't cover mental acuity hardly at all. I mean, time and time again, when issues came up, you seemed to be running cover for the president. You didn't seem interested. Do you want to apologize to Lara Trump now?
I've already apologized to her. I called her months ago.
I feel angry because she was right. And not only did you not allow her to make her comments, but you seemed to try to humiliate her. You had a hostility toward the position, but she was totally right. And then you lectured her on how she was in no position to diagnose cognitive decline, which you guys do at length, including on page 4 of your book. You describe at length his cognitive decline, which is all she tried to do with you. But you had such a visceral reaction to her.
Joe Biden has been saying stupid things for decades. Okay,
I get what you're saying, but this minimizes it too, because it was more than saying stupid things. But I'm telling you, like over here in my ecosphere, we were covering all of these. It wasn't just falling down; it was getting lost. It was some of the stuff you report in your book. We knew, and we were reporting on, like the multi-jump cuts in the videos of him, where it was obvious he couldn't get through a 1-minute take, so they had to use those. It was clear to us that he was using teleprompter, and there was some reporting on that at the time, all of which the White House was denying. Now, with the current White House, I have some connections. With the Joe Biden White House, I had none, but you did. And so while you've been in Washington 30 years, Jake, you guys, you and CNN have White House connections, but there was no effort, none to get to the bottom of this. And now for you guys to write this book, like there was a cover up. It's like there was a cover up, and there was an attempted cover up. It could only ever work if you allowed it.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that were covered in other tapes of interviews with him, where he actually admitted that Laura Trump's perspective aged a lot better than his. So he admitted that she was right, and there were a lot of different interview, that same interview, but there was other cuts in that interview,
she
more revealing
him the whole time. She hammered his ass the whole time, and these people are just despicable. And she's right; it could not have happened if they had not allowed it and defended it.
I know it's too long of an interview to put here, but his responses were very revealing to me in a lot of ways. Because
and the guy who actually wrote the book didn't say a word.
No.
You got this, Jake. I'm good. I'm gonna chill over here, bro.
yeah, for sure. But there's Jake Tapper. And we already went over this, but that kind of was a good segue into the video. And we'll move along to the next one. Okay, this is I haven't been I'm sorry, folks. That was for Comically Incorrect. That was for Comically Incorrect. That was for Swamp Monsters. Just going through these. Okay.
ComicallyIncorrect.com, alphanews.org. Alphanews.org.
Hillbilly Barry White. Thank you, Barry.
Yeah. Hey, now only I can say the H word. You have to call me an Appalachian American.
Yeah. Thank you, Appalachian American.
I can say the H word. My cousins can say the H word. We're hillbillies. We're proud of it. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I'll fight to the end for you, the Democrat, DFL. Oh, that's Minnesota cartoon. I'm like,
But actually, it could go, it's a nationwide, issue with a bunch of states. So they're fighting for these illegal immigrants. They're also fighting for terrorists and
you know what? I'm not going to lie.
criminals.
Your Minnesota tax-paying citizen kind of looks like an illegal, except he's holding the flag. I'm sorry. Is that racist?
That's
He drew
racist.
somebody with brown skin.
I did. You know how many times I've been accused of being a racist because I drew Obama? I just a picture of him, because I put a picture of him as a cartoon. I'm a racist.
Well, speaking of racist, I got a clip, and I was stunned that this was actually on Saturday Night Live. Stunned.
Really?
It was absolutely hilarious, but it's it could be construed by liberals as racist, but they can construe a tree as being racist. But it's funny. It's number 3 here.
Oh, number 3. Let me find it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right.
CBS has premiered the first hour-long daytime soap opera with a predominantly black cast. It'll air when black people are home from work 24 hours a day.
Oh.
Since you like that, here's another. CBS has premiered the first half-hour-long daytime soap opera with a predominantly black cast. It's called All My Children Don't Know Who Their Daddy Is.
Whoa. Ouch.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He says that it's supposed to be don't know who they daddy is.
They did. All right.
Oh.
Okay, moving right along.
Moving right along.
Okay.
Moving right along.
This one went pretty viral.
Oh, that was a good one. Got stones. Trump does. But that is so true. That is such a perfect picture, man. It just perfectly encapsulates Washington, D.C.
Absolutely. What a bunch of chicken shits. Sorry.
Let's see. Who else we got?
And then, we got one more. Yeah, we got one more. South Carolina says she's a Appalachian. What's the word? What kind of Appalachian?
An Appalachian American?
Appalachian American. She was born but not raised. So.
Well, you know what? I saw a comment here. Deplorable Distant says we need to all lefties to watch Blazing Saddles and film their responses, and that would be hilarious. But I've got a little comment.
That would be
about
great.
that. I have a stepson who's he's about 35 now, I guess. He was over at my house, and I put on Blazing Saddles for him. Now, he came up in a completely different era.
Yeah.
His jaw hit the floor when they were making those comments about, up yours, dear.
Oh, yeah.
And all these things. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a good idea. Watch their faces when they watch Blazing Saddles. Yeah.
Nana Vicky loves the dump truck.
That's a great dump truck.
I like that dump truck. Yeah. Let's see. We got one more cartoon, I think, to show. And this is today's, I believe.
The doctor said Joe was fine. Look at it. That's Hunter with a couple of joints.
Yeah. I want to pull up our poster, today's poster.
Oh yeah, the Branco's been putting together some good posters. And this is an image. We were down in the bottom of the ocean, and we found a shipwrecked shipwrecked. That's what we found.
Yeah.
A sunken ship. That's what it was.
Yeah. There's Joe, Dan, and I down there doing some scuba diving.
Yeah, and I got my sunglasses on because, well, that's how I
You always have. Well,
but look, the Democrat ship, otherwise known as the SS Commie, It's sunk. Yeah, that's fun. I like those.
Yeah.
You're doing those are fun. Those are fun.
I'm
I
having
wish our
fun
show
doing
was as
them.
good as. I wish the show was as good as your posters. You know,
We'd be well.
at
We'd
least,
be,
it looks like it's good. You know,
yeah, that's the idea. You know,
it's the
So-
Jedi mind trick. Well, they had a cool poster. I thought it was gonna be cool.
I like the show because of his poster.
Yeah.
All right,
You know,
what's the next?
I'm reminded you never loan a friend money. You never loan a friend money. You know, I loaned a friend $50 once, and sometimes when I'm at night, I think about that $50. I swear to. Anyway, I messed that up. Let's go on. Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on. Moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah.
What do you got
They
here?
all
We got
work.
Black History. We got Black History. Billy Crystal.
Oh yeah, we got some good stuff. Well, see, I got those African clips up there ready.
Oh,
we were
let's
talking
play.
about them, and they're
Let's
sitting
play.
there. Okay, let's just do that and get out of the way. This was Trump. I mean, that African president's like, oh, we got this under control. We agree. We'll do it. Trump wasn't having none of it. Number
No.
two.
This
This
goes
was
with
just
that.
one of many awesome clips today.
Yeah.
But this was after Trump showed that video. Trump showed about a 4.5-minute video and made that African president watch it.
Yes.
And it had everybody screaming about death to the whites, all the crosses of the dead white farmers on the highway, and just all that. Anyway, so they just gotten through watching all this video footage. And the guy was like, well, you know, we don't really do that. So anyway, number two.
This
Number one,
video
number one.
this video exemplifies why he has to haul around his stones in a mega dump truck.
Yeah.
Preserving South Africa's future would be.
So you denounced that type of language in the video that you saw?
Oh yes, we've always done so. As government, as my own party, we are completely opposed to that. We, in 1955, adopted a document which said South Africa belongs to all who live in it.
But why wouldn't you arrest that man? That man said, kill the white farmers, kill the white farmers. And then he danced, and he's dancing, and it's kill the white farmers. I think, I'm not sure, but I think if somebody got up in Parliament and started saying kill a certain group of people, he would be arrested very quickly. That man is going all over South Africa, and that's not a small party. That was a stadium that holds 100,000 people, and I hardly saw an empty seat. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of representation. And those crosses, we have dead white people, dead white farmers, mostly. And you take a look at Australia, they're being inundated, and we're being inundated with people that want to get out. And their farm is valueless. It's valueless. And they just want to get out with their life. And this is a very serious situation. And if we had a real news or real press or media, we don't have that because they won't talk about this because they're all guys like that idiot. But if we had a real press, it would be exposed. And you know, the beauty of exposing it is it's like a cleansing action. When it gets exposed, it'll get fixed. That's when it'll get fixed. But people don't talk about it. And I'll tell you who's talking about the thousands of people that are fleeing South Africa right now.
You know, and the next clip is going to make you mad. That's why I want to go ahead and get it out of the way now. Because this is how the entire media is covering what's going on in South Africa and how Trump ambushed the president of South Africa. So anyway.
Well, he did it because the media isn't covering the genocide in South Africa.
Yeah, absolutely. White. So, but watch. This is Nicole Wallace from MSNBC, and they're right in line with the New York Times. They're like the New York Times with a microphone.
Yeah.
And so anyway, you'll see. And we're not going to play the whole thing. We'll cut it off after she says something really, really extra stupid.
Another day for the history books today from Donald J. Trump. An astonishing display from him in the White House today. Donald Trump meeting with the president of South Africa and attempting to ambush and humiliate that leader inside the Oval Office. But what he did instead was embarrass and humiliate the people of the United States of America. Again. In his meeting with President Ramaphosa, Trump peddled unsubstantiated claims of genocide in South Africa of white South Africans, a group that ruled during apartheid in South Africa. It is a fringe conspiracy theory pushed by the likes of Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson, and David Duke, the former Grand Wizard of the KKK. So next, Trump asked his staff to dim the lights and roll in a television. Once the lights were dimmed and the television was there, they played a video that Trump claimed showed evidence of genocide against white farmers.
That Trump claims.
Here's the reality as reported by the New York Times. Quote,
here's reality as reported by the New York Times. That's the stupidest comment I've ever heard in my life, and that's where we end that clip. Here's the reality from the New York Times.
Yeah, absolutely. This is stupid.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know how anybody watches that, watches her or CNN or any of those shows.
They don't. I mean, you look at their numbers, and that's where a lot of the corruption. There's so much corruption getting ready to be unearthed.
Yeah,
and you know, I know a lot of people are upset about Bongino and Cash saying Epstein killed himself.
Yeah,
I don't like that either. I don't believe in 1 minute.
No, I don't.
But I'm going to give him a mulligan. I'm going to give him a mulligan on this because clearly there's something going on.
Yeah,
and
I don't
want to accept the fact that they're corrupt.
They're not. They're not. But here, I don't believe that they believe it. I believe that they're keeping their powder dry. And if you don't have proof of something, it's hard to come out and say, yeah, he'll kill them. We got it's pretty evident. If you don't have the proof, now there's a lot of circumstantial evidence around that.
It don't matter. See, but like you said, if you're gonna come out and drop a bomb like that on such a hot topic, you better have something to back it up instead of just that's what I believe. No, we want incontrovertible evidence.
I still don't. I don't think they're done with it yet.
I don't. That's why I want to address that.
Yeah.
I want to maintain faith in these guys.
Yeah.
For now, I will give them the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm. What's your next video?
See, I knew you had asked me that when I wasn't ready.
Course.
Well, you know what? One thing I got, Trump's talking about the Golden Dome.
Yeah.
He's going to start the Golden Dome. It's going to be so cool. You know who's really upset about the Golden Dome besides the Democrats? They're upset about everything. It's China. Play this video here, and I may need to just. I think you can read the text underneath.
All right.
Closed caption.
Okay.
所谓的金色穹顶计划旨在构建不受任
The so-called Golden Dome plan aims to build a
何约束的全球性、多层次、多领域导弹防御系统。该计划公然提出大幅增加外空作战手段，包括研发、部署轨道拦截系统，具有浓厚的进攻性色彩，违反外空条约倡导的和平利用原则，将加剧外空战场化和军备竞赛风险，动摇国际安全与军控体系。 美国奉行本国优先，执迷于谋求自身绝
The United States is pursuing America First policy is obsessed
对安全，违反各国安全不受减损。
Really? I mean, what?
Well,
upset because we're seeking our own security.
损害全球的战略平衡与稳定，中方对此严重关切。 我们敦促美方尽早放弃发展和部署全球反导系统，以实际行动增进大国战略互信，维护全球战略稳定。
Yeah, they encourage us to abandon these plans immediately.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. how can they hit us with a nuke if we have a golden dome?
Well, on War Room today, it was revealed that, we're the only ones, superpowers, that don't have one. Russia has one and China has one. So where do they come off doing this? Now, I'm not saying it's a great one, but they do have a defense system to protect them from incoming missiles.
I think over in China they have the wasabi dome.
Wasabi dome, yeah. But
it won't kill you, but it'll burn your taste buds.
I don't think they have any room to talk about us having one, because they've been pursuing one for a long time. In fact, China's had one for quite a few years, and that was revealed on War Room today.
Oh, by the way, Scott Jennings chimed in on the Africa thing while we're still before we get too far away from that. Hit Scott Jennings, clip 1.
Call it a genocide or not, the facts are white farmers in South Africa have been murdered. A lot of people have tried to cover this up. A lot of people media in the United States have tried to cover it up. Obviously, the South African government doesn't want to talk about it, so it was kind of a boss move for Donald Trump to roll that television in there today. And I think even the agriculture minister in the Oval Office confirmed that these people are, in fact, being murdered. So my question is, if it's not a genocide today, how many do we want to let get murdered so that people around here can be satisfied? Okay, now it's a genocide. Let's let a few more. I don't understand. We're talking about 50-something people they were trying to let in. Everybody's losing their mind after we let in 20 million illegal immigrants over the last several years. The president is trying to prevent genocide from happening any further to these people. They are clearly being discriminated against. Some have been murdered. This was an interesting spectacle in the Oval Office today, but it had to happen because I don't think anybody was telling the truth about it.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, and that's right. How many more do we need so it fits your definition?
Yeah, right. They're just white.
Let's do a little funny clip. I mean, I know most of you guys are almost as old as us. So this is going to go back. This is some comedy from way back when.
Muhammad over here. Here he is now, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Frazier was incredible. How'd you feel about the contest? Everybody's talking about Joe Frazier. Don't want to talk about it. Oh, that's a lot of nonsense. I'm still so fast, and you know I'm so pretty. I'm so fast I can turn out the lights in my bedroom, be in the bed before the room gets dark. In retrospect, looking back. There is only one Ali. There can never be another. He is singularly Ali, solely Ali. That's the fact that makes him great. The fact that there is only one Ali. Numero uno. There is little I can say about this man that he has not already said himself.
Anyway, that's pretty good stuff.
That's pretty good. You
Yeah,
know,
Billy Crystal was funny as hell, man. He used to do all those fighters. He did Leon Spinks.
Yeah.
and one guy, he did Larry Holmes. And he said, I love eggs. I don't know. It was just funny.
I'm going to throw up some older cartoons because that touch on.
Well, you quit eating them.
That touch on some of the news that's out there, and you can make a determination how well they connect. As soon as I get my button things situated, present, share screen. Yeah, there we go. So Comey's in the news. We got a video on him in a little bit too, so we have to show that.
Yeah, if we want to get around to him, he sucks.
Yeah, he's horrible.
He's the worst.
Yeah. So he comes out with this book, A Higher Loyalty, to Hillary, maybe.
And you know what's funny is the dude is 6'8".
He's huge, yeah. He's
and then
tall.
they're like, and Trump was talking about how they'd have everybody in there for a meeting, and he'd be over there hiding behind the curtains. I'm sorry, do you see a giant hiding in the curtains? The hell?
Yeah, he did actually say this. I didn't leave the Republican Party. The Republican Party left me. Yeah, good. Yeah, your little pink hat and Hillary logo.
Yeah, we waited till he went to the bathroom and we took off. Get the gas. Let's go.
Trump was calling him a dirty cop. Well, this cartoon came out in 2018, so it was true then. It's true now. Bad cop, dirty cop. Whoops. And then he's a part of the deep state.
Oh, that's the deep snake.
The deep snake.
That's it. The deep snakes right there. Don't
prison. Like Jodan fondly refers to him as the prison face.
Prison face.
Yeah, prison face. I don't know what this guy is. This Clapper.
He looks like they all look like lizards. They all look like reptiles.
Well, they kind of are.
That's a great cartoon right there, though. I didn't realize that was 2019.
Yeah, that goes back. This is the deep state days. Now we have a new sheriff in town, and I think things are going to start heating up with those investigations. It sounds like little bits are starting to sneak out about Russia collusion and all that.
It's all come. Did you see the other day Trump posted a couple of videos? He posted one video that hammered Hillary. It was all these news clips about all her associates getting suicided.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he didn't do that by accident. He did that for a reason.
No, he's refreshing
a shot. And then he also posted something about all roads lead to Obama. So they are, and that's one thing where people are saying, well, there's not enough action. And I agree. I want to see more. But you got to remember, you can't hit a home run if you don't have a grip on the bat. You better have a firm grip on what you're using. And you've got whole offices and sections that are still, anti-Trump in there. I mean, you got so many employees.
Yeah.
But I'm optimistic. I'm still optimistic. I think we're going to do really well.
They still are finding people that are actually in the act of trying to sabotage the agenda.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to carry out a mission of this magnitude when you've got saboteurs in your ranks.
Right, and they're doing a good job of policing them. I mean, they're bringing in their best and brightest. They're getting rid of people. Like last time when he was in there, they had half the White House staff was ex-Obamaites. So let's move on to this next. And then, talking about, diagnosing somebody.
Diagnosing from a distance, yeah.
Yeah, the Democrats have been diagnosing Trump since the first time he was in the office, and they're still doing it, yet they get upset or perturbed when, like, somebody like Laura Trump is calling out his dementia or whatever. It is my professional opinion that you're not mentally fit to be president. He's just got a picture here. So that was 2018. And this one, I just have to bring it up again because we got to watch this guy, Representative Johnson. I know he's trying, but he doesn't have the rocks. I
do not have faith in Johnson. I think Trump's going to push his ass across the finish line.
Yeah, I think Trump.
Thank God we don't have to wait on him.
Yeah, this was from last year. This is from last year. So,
well, Claudette got my wasabi dome joke. Thank you, Claudette. Branco didn't get it. I had to explain it.
No, I got it. I just didn't laugh.
You just didn't like it. You're not as funny.
I laughed at that.
Hillbilly boy.
I laughed at that.
I know.
I laughed at it.
Oh yeah, that's an old one. I remember that one.
Yeah.
The daily talking points going out to everybody.
Yeah, this is the reason I brought this up, because the entire Democrat Party has been running ABC, CNN, CBS, NBC, New York Times, and Washington Post. They've been running that. It's all one big unit over there. And because of the alternate media, such as War Room and Megyn Kelly and a lot of these others that are out there, we actually get some opposition to the propaganda, left-wing propaganda. But at this time, we really didn't have that much that was really out there on alternate media.
No, but we've exploded now, and we're kicking there.
Yeah.
We're beating them like
Yeah.
a redheaded stepchild. Speaking of redheaded stepchilds,
Yeah.
you know who I've been so impressed with more and more is Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
He goes now he does not have a college education, and he goes to these schools and just rips these college graduate stuff. Anyway, there's a clip of him over at Cambridge, over in England.
Yeah.
And I've never seen Charlie Kirk get this hot in a debate, but he's got this little punk talking junk up, defending Hamas over Israel. And Charlie Kirk lights him up. I've never seen Charlie get this aggressive.
Yep.
That's number one. Number one.
Got it.
In the conflict of Israel versus Hamas, who's the good guy?
I believe both Hamas and the Israeli government are evil, but I think also that there is no justification.
Are they equally?
There is no justification for the murder and mutilation of thousands of innocent people and children in a futile.
Let's zero in on.
There is no justification, Mr. Kirk, for invading hospitals, for bombing innocent populations and dragging out a war which is damaging Israel and the West's security.
You've made that point, but
it's not a point; it's a moral truth, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. It was also a moral truth that the war started because 1,300 Jews were killed and 200 were taken hostage. And when you declare war on Israel, expect a firestorm in reaction. Let me finish, I let you talk. Israel, at its holiest day of the calendar year besides Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, Samat Torah, the 50-year anniversary of the Six-Day War. On Shabbat, Hamas invaded Israel, deciding to go recklessly to music concerts, to homes, to kibbutzes, and taking 200 plus hostages. They knew what they were doing. In one of the most cloistered urban environments on the planet, 2 million people live in a place where it's impossible to wage war. Impossible. Where they wear civilian clothing, they violate every tenet of the Geneva Convention, and the IDF, when they do something right, they get no credit. When they do life-saving surgeries of a Gazan child, they get no credit. When they drop leaflets, they get no credit. But when they happen to bomb a place where they are operating their military from, which we now know from third-party verified sources, hundreds of Hamas military operations are in mosques, schools, and hospitals. I'm sorry, the country where they were living in relative peace on October 6th, that all of a sudden we had a war and Hamas started the war. And I don't see people that were really upset about the 2 million Germans that were killed in World War II, civilians. A tragic truth of war is that civilians die. I don't like it and you don't like it. And they brought it upon themselves. The only operation and entity to blame is the leadership of Hamas, not the Israeli government, for fighting this defensive war after they were invaded. There is a good guy and there is a bad guy. I honestly...
Isn't that the morality of a child?
Well, hold on. It's interesting you say that, because a child who knows that Israel is the good guy, Hamas is bad, has a lot more wisdom than a student like yourself at Cambridge University.
Hey, whoa, smoked him.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Did that kid have to pee or something? He's jumping around.
I don't know, man. He looked kind of like, I don't know, he looked like the little redheaded kid on the Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Who hit Ralphie with a snowball.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that was fire.
That was
one of my favorite cartoons ever, right there. The Green New
one
Deal.
of mine too. She's been in the news a lot lately. She's talking about running for president. Oh my gosh. Oh man, we better get fired up.
Do it.
Her unemployment rate is horrible. Her crime rate in her district has gone up since she's been in there. The unemployment's gone up. What did she do? She eviscerated like 20,000 jobs in her district with Amazon.
We always told her she needed to finish bartender school. Yeah, that's just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So ridiculous. And then I've got another clip. We're running out of little time here.
We're good. You guys mind if we run over a little bit?
We
Let's
don't
see. Let us know in the chat.
Well, we have another clip of what is known as a Democrat/liberal comedian.
Her.
And you know, I mean, we'll let you make the call. How funny is this person?
Yeah. She's real funny. Just before we do that, I just want to mention some of the people over in the StreamYard chat. We have Fancy, we have V World, we have Claudette K. Thanks for joining us. We have who else? Scott. That's about it. Because I'm not on Instagram or what's the LinkedIn anymore, and I'm having problems with Facebook on this running these videos. We don't get as many in the chat as we used to on that. We get a heck of a lot of people over there on Rumble. But let's check out this video. Let us know if you think it's funny.
What's up, y'all? Did you miss me? Because I definitely have an opinion. I got a problem with these Trump folks. It's not that y'all, it's not that they're corrupt, although they are. It's not that they're evil, although they are. It's not that they're women-hating, racist, unqualified dickheads who couldn't run a Dunkin' Donuts without burning it down. No, my problem is these people are goofy-ass mother.
I can't handle that. That's just foul, man. That ain't. I don't find that funny.
And not a bit.
You know,
I mean, she thinks men can get pregnant, and
yeah. And I'm sorry, I like Mr. T before the sex change.
Yeah.
She's like,
Mr. T before the sex change. That's great.
Yeah. There's my baby sister in the house.
Where?
You know, my sister had she just got out of having some medical stuff done, and we want everybody to say little prayers for Amy as she's recovering.
Nice.
I pray that you'll be nicer to me too.
But she's still a female, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Not one of those we were just talking about. No.
Yeah. She's too pretty. What else we got? Okay, we were on the cartoons. I got distracted. Your sister, is she over on Rumble?
She's on the X.
I see. There she is. There she is. I see her now.
I love that cartoon right there. And you know, the Catholic Church, they got a lot of fixing to do too.
Yeah,
so
especially.
I'm rooting for them.
Yes,
I'm rooting for them.
They're supposed to be the rock. You know, that's what Christ said. Peter is the rock that he built his church on. And the problem is that I'm seeing more and more
coming. Of translations there too, though.
Yeah, there's the problem I'm having is this thing with China, allowing China to do what they do to the Catholics over there. There are
China
bishops over there.
Freaking slaves, and they're going to let China pick a bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Screw them.
And there's missing bishops.
I'm gonna just. The Catholics need to get up there and start flipping tables at the freaking Vatican.
Yeah. There's missing.
Then they're sitting on that big endowment. They're sitting on billions of dollars. What are they saving that money for?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are you saving that money for?
And don't forget about the missing bishops in China, that they don't know where they are or what's happened to them. They're gone.
Yeah.
So, and then the what is it? The Pope goes over there and kisses their ass.
You know what? It's better for me to not speak about this right now because I get worked up.
No, I'm Christian.
I love everybody. My Aunt Jean was a big Catholic. I actually went to a Catholic church. I got kicked out of a church in Kansas City because I was getting ready to get baptized at this Heartland church in Kansas City, Missouri. I was going to get baptized that weekend. And then they gave me a spiritual advisor to kind of talk about all the things I've been through and all this, blah, blah, blah. And so I started asking too many questions, and the next thing you know, they don't kick you out of church. They erase you from the program. And so I mean, I was like, well, you get kicked out of a church, that's rough on a man. I was homeless at the time too. That's like, dang, man, that's harsh.
Yeah, it can be.
So my Aunt Jean was going to this Catholic church right down the street, and I went in there and I said, to the priest, I said, I was wanting to get baptized and publicly show my love for Jesus, and I'd love to get baptized. So he's like, well, you need to go to class for 6 months. Where is that in the Bible?
There's a lot of things in the Bible. The basics, if you read the words in red, you get a pretty good idea. Now, I know it's a little deper than that in a lot of cases, but
so I'm very passionate about that subject. We'll just move on. We got Born to Eat Toast back in the house, and I forgot to get that toast song. I got to get that toast song.
This one here, this cartoon is, I brought it up because of course, Biden's in the news with his dementia again, and his prostate cancer. But you remember this one, Jodan? The debate be like, Mr. Biden, blink twice if you agree that Trump is the worst president ever.
I remember when you did that. Yeah,
that was last year.
That was back when Jake Tapper had no idea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he must not have saw the cartoon. But a lot of Star Trek fans really like this cartoon.
Oh, that was why it's my favorite. So boldly go.
And then
great dead president. A bubble wrap suit. That's what that is, isn't it?
Yeah. Bubble wrap. Meanwhile, back in the basement, because he was getting ready for his 2024. I think this was done before he bailed, or they bailed him. And that ends the cartoon festivities for the day. We still got a couple more videos, though.
Yeah, we do. We got a video. We got a really cool video of David Sachs. He's just really good at making good points. So it's on deck right now.
All right, let me fold up my pen here and hit it.
What your position is?
This is a very unrealistic view of politics when we've had a bipartisan consensus in Washington for decades that unfettered free trade is a good thing, no matter how big our trade deficits got, no matter how rich and powerful China got, no matter how unfair the trade practices got, no matter how many millions of our jobs and factories got exported overseas. This has been the bipartisan consensus in Washington. And Larry, you're right that it started before the Clinton administration, and the George W. Bush administration definitely accelerated it, but there has absolutely been a bipartisan consensus in Washington that this sort of unfettered free trade policy was good for the country. Now, how do you change that? You can nitpick this and you can make all the process objections you want, but Donald Trump has changed the conversation. He was one of the few people and the few public figures in America who was right about this, that throwing open our markets to these foreign products without thinking about the consequences was a mistake. I think most people today would say he was right about this.
Yeah, he was right. I think he was.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody asked me to say something nice about one of my Democrat friends. I said, well, he's one of the nicest chronically unemployed social parasites I've ever met.
Let's talk to people over there in the chat. We got a bunch of them.
They're rocking.
First phone. We got Lon Will, Cindy, Anna Lustenberg, Born to Eat Toast, of course. TWS Lives. He had a good point. Well, at least he pointed out the teleprompter that I always put with Biden.
I want you to talk a minute. I'm going to go find that Toast song real quick.
Okay.
It won't take long. It won't take long.
TWS Lives. The Obama branded teleprompter was a nice touch. It was Obama's third term. that Biden was living out. That's true, and that's why I put it in there, because we all knew. This is the funny thing, is that we all knew back when he was running for president back then that he wasn't quite right. And I mean, I stumble over my speech all the time, because here I'm out of my comfort zone. I mean, my comfort zone is sitting in my office drawing cartoons. And then, but if I'm going to ask people to step out of their comfort zone during political season, during elections, I figured I better step out of my comfort zone and do this. And it's fun. I get to connect with people that have been enjoying my cartoons, and kind of get as much as possible through video, a one-on-one with people, and get their responses, get their comments. And I've really come to enjoy doing this. And of course, I don't think I could do it without Joe Dan. He makes, I'm just here to make him look smart. So,
and some things are impossible to do. Okay, I found the toast song in honor of our friend Born to Eat Toast. Now you got to stick with it. It's a little different, but
okay.
the very last part is hilarious.
All right, I'm gonna hit it.
It's number.
All around the country and coast to coast, people always say, "What do you like most?" I don't want to brag. I don't want to boast. I always tell them I like toast.
Very nice.
Yeah, toast! Yeah, toast! I get up in the morning about 6 a.m. Have a little jelly, have a little jam. Take a piece of bread, put it in the slot. Push down the lever and the wires get hot. I get toast. Yeah, toast! Yeah, toast! Now, there's no secret to toasting perfection. There's a dial on the side, and you make your selection. Push to the dark or the light, and then, if it pops too soon, press down again. Make toast. Yeah, toast! When the first caveman drove in from the dregs, didn't know what would go with the bacon and the eggs. Must have been a genius, got it in his head. Plug the toaster in the wall, buy a bag of bread, make toast. Yeah, toast! Oui, monsieur, bonjour, coquette. Oh, croissantez-vous ever? Maurice Chevalier, Eiffel Tower. Oh, oui, Marie, baguette, bonsoir. French toast! French toast! In Chicago, we're on the Bob and Tom Show.
Anyway, that was from the Bob and Tom Show back in the 90s. I used to listen to that.
I don't know.
And, I love the French toast at the end.
Born to Eat Toast might want to change his name now. I don't know. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was great.
I do have another clip here. I mean, it's just like, sometimes I'll listen to Chris Plant.
Mm-hmm.
I like Chris.
Yeah.
I'll listen to him not when he's live on the radio, because the advertisements on terrestrial radio are just unbearable. But if you go in and do a replay of the Chris Plant show, you don't have all the ads. So anyway, but there was one ad that I heard, and this is a pharmaceutical ad, and I'm just it doesn't really sound like a medicine to me. So anyway, just give it a listen here. This is crazy.
Got it.
Xtandi may cause serious side effects: seizure, a brain condition called PRESS, allergic reactions, heart disease that can lead to death, falls and bone fractures, swallowing problems, or choking that can lead to death. Stop Xtandi and get medical help at once if your face, tongue, lip, or throat start swelling. Tell your doctor at once if you faint, have a seizure, quickly worsening headache, decreased alertness, confusion, vision problems, chest pain or discomfort, or shortness of breath. Xtandi can cause harm to an unborn baby or miscarriage. Use birth control during and 3 months after Xtandi. Common side effects include muscle and joint pain, feeling unusually tired, hot flashes, constipation, less appetite, diarrhea, high blood pressure, bleeding, falls, fractures, and headache. Talk to your doctor and visit Xtandi.com.
Yeah, I want some of that medicine. I can't wait to feel that good. I want to feel good like that guy.
Yeah.
Something, man, that's nuts.
Yeah.
That's
Born to Eat Toast said he's flattered.
Yeah. Anyway, we have I think we had this ending song maybe a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And when we played it, there was a problem with it because the audio didn't sync up with the video.
Right.
And that always makes me crazy when I'm watching a video like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, anyway, I just got a message here. Anyway, I fixed it. And this is Toto. And this is one of the most badass live performances ever of a rock and roll song. I'm just telling you. It is one of my favorites. And it starts out with the top hat guy playing some cool piano. And then the singer's good. You got Steve Lukather with the guitar. And it's just absolutely rocks.
You're talking about a closing song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah,
you got it up there. You got it up there. Okay. Say goodbye to everybody. We love you too. I mean, we're getting lots of love from people over there on Rumble and over on StreamYard.
Well, we got a lot of. Let's see.
We got
any comments? Did you guys like the Toast song?
Yeah, they loved it.
Yeah, Toast has his own theme song now. He's like the Batman. Yeah. He's like Batman.
Somebody said they love toast and jelly. So now that was Purse Phone. Purse Phone said, I love toast and jelly. I love toast and jam. Great song. Yeah. I thought it was pretty unique for what you usually have up here as far as those kind of things go. Anyway, thanks a lot, everybody, for joining
Vicky,
us.
Kazini, Cindy, and Anna. Thank you guys so much for being here.
TWS.
Nancy Rise.
Over there on
we got the whole band together here tonight.
Yeah, I know it.
South Carolina girl.
Yeah, we got V World and Fancy and Claudette K. Thanks for joining us. I'll throw some of these up there.
Claudette says she's part French, and that French Toast song just brought her back. Yeah. We'll always have Paris. We'll always have Toast.
Well, until next week, I'll have some more tunes, and Joe Dan will have some more videos. And how's your show coming on? I just want to know. You're working on a new show.
Great, man. We've had so many great comments. We're on this is going to be a whole new fun era. We're doing a lot of fun stuff. Yeah. And in fact, if you haven't signed up, subscribed, we're getting, if you want to get in the credits, you need to get in there you need to subscribe tonight so you get the instructions tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day to get in the credits for the next episode.
Absolutely.
So, anyway,
and all they have to do really is just go right here. I'm going to show it. This is your website.
Yeah, and you see, hold on, go back up. Where's that subscribe right there and
donate
right there under it says subscribe. I think it says subscribe a couple of times on there. Any place there it is.
Subscribe right there.
Yeah. And now subscribing on Rumble's cool, but that only alerts you to when the shows come out.
Yeah.
When you subscribe here on the website, you find out about getting into credits. We got our upcoming cookout later this year.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing a lot of cool stuff. So you need to subscribe there.
Yep.
And but yeah, the last episode's doing really well.
These are your previous shows, previous episode.
Yeah,
they're awesome. I've watched it about 4 or 5 times. I keep rewinding it back to when I'm in it.
Yeah, I skip over that part.
Hey, there's my websites on here too. You
yeah.
got, And then you have products on here too, don't you?
Oh yeah, go to the Frog Leg store. Click Frog Leg store. I got a cool new shirt. And just click on the first one. Click on that first one.
This one here?
Yeah. Break the globalists.
Break the globalists. Okay.
There's your shirt right there.
Break the
and look what it says. Look what it says. Make your friends jealous in this extremely handsome shirt. You will look so good that strangers will come up to you and ask you for your autograph. And you know, if it says it on the internet, it's got to be true.
Yeah. But you have other products. You have Guns Don't Kill People. Alec Baldwin does. Don't regulate guns, regulate Democrats. I like that.
Oh, the next one, the debate team. The Frog Leg University debate team. Good old FU.
Yeah.
You know?
I got my FU t-shirt I got from you is fading out. I got to get me a new one.
Yeah, well,
but I've washed it like 100 times. So
see, when you watch Intellectual Frog Legs and some liberal asks you, "How'd you get so smart?" You say, "F you."
Yeah,
Frog Leg University. And then there's that shirt. Oh, I make coffee nervous. Yeah. I survived the Biden years, and all I got was this t-shirt.
I like
all
that
I have
one.
left is this t-shirt. Okay.
Yeah. And Ultra Mega, I like that shirt. That's pretty cool. Ultra Mega.
Stand back 200 feet. I made that for my uncle after he got through eating beans.
Yeah. Yeah, you should put across out. I ate beans, stand back 200 feet.
Yeah.
This is
the rest of them aren't much. The best ones are at the top. Go get that. The one about break the globalists.
There, amen. Yeah, that's a good one. This one here.
And
okay,
guns
folks.
Don't kill people. Alec Baldwin does.
Yeah, that's good. Well, goodbye, everybody.
We're ready to rock and roll now. Everybody ready to rock and roll?
Ready to rock. Get your dancing emojis out. Get your dancing emojis out. I want to see them.
Yeah, get the dancers.
I'm going to go over the comments later.
You're the Branco dancers.
All right.
Yeah, but it's a cool intro. You got the piano from Top Hat Guy, and he comes in, does some of the coolest rock. Yeah. Enjoy.
You got it. I'm going to go ahead and I got to put our banner up so people know where to find us. There we go. Twitter and True Social.
Yeah.
Okay, let's rock and roll.